child, or childing, whatever you choose to call it, and I made him a bet that the child would be a girl, and he bet it would be a boy.
Here's looking at you, kid. Humphrey Bogart's cool demeanor and iconic roles made him a cinematic legend, but his real-life story was far more complicated. Behind the smoldering looks and iconic one-liners was a man entangled in passionate love affairs, public scandals, and a legacy as turbulent as it was celebrated. Bogart's personal life, marked by fiery marriages and public outbursts, became a favorite topic for the tabloids. From his tumultuous relationship with Mayo Methot to his legendary love story with Lauren Bacall, Bogie's romantic escapades were the stuff of Hollywood lore. Today, we uncover the highs, lows, and everything in between in the life of the man whose on-screen persona often mirrored his off-screen chaos. From Christmas baby to cultural icon. Born on Christmas Day in 1899, Humphrey Bogart grew up in a well-to-do family in New York City. His parents had high expectations for him. His father a surgeon, his mother an illustrator, but Bogie had other plans. After a brief stint in the Navy, he found his calling on stage and screen. Bogie's breakout role in The Maltese Falcon, 1941, redefined the film noir detective, and Casablanca, 1942, turned him into a global icon. His rugged charm and gravelly voice captivated audiences, making him one of Hollywood's most enduring stars. Humphrey Bogart, with the image of a strong, cold man who also harbors deep emotions, became an icon of classic Hollywood cinema. His portrayal in noir films, where he played characters torn between justice and crime, between reason and emotion, left a lasting impression on audiences and became a part of popular culture. Bogart's image not only reflected the struggles portrayed in his films, but also mirrored the changes in American society during the mid-20th century. He was not just a symbol of a generation of films, but also a symbol of popular culture, with the style and attitude of a tough guy who was not easily defeated by any adversity. Yet, even as his career soared, his personal life was anything but smooth sailing. 4 weddings and a lot of trouble. Humphrey Bogart's love life was as dramatic as his film career. Married 4 times, his relationships ranged from brief and tumultuous to deeply passionate. Bogart's first marriage to actress Helen Menken in 1926 was a short-lived and turbulent one. During this time, Bogart's career began to stabilize, but his family life was far from peaceful. Menken was a jealous woman, and she frequently appeared in the media's gossip columns. The two gradually became distant, and arguments were inevitable. Finally, after a long period of tumultuous living together, their marriage came to an end. It was rumored that Bogart could no longer tolerate his wife's excessive control, while Menken was also unhappy with her husband's free-spirited lifestyle. Shortly after his breakup with Helen Menken, Bogart entered into a new marriage with actress Mary Phillips. However, their life together was also far from peaceful. Rumors of cracks in their marriage grew, especially when Bogart became involved in extramarital affairs. Ultimately, this marriage ended in 1945, paving the way for a new love when Bogart met and married the young actress Lauren Bacall. But it was his third marriage to Mayo Methot that truly made headlines. The couple, famously nicknamed the Battling Bogarts, were known for their fiery arguments, often fueled by alcohol. Their fights were so intense that neighbors frequently called the police, only for Bogie to dismiss the commotion as a rehearsal for a play. Finally, Bogart found his great love in Lauren Bacall. Their 25-year age difference did little to dim their chemistry, both on and off screen. Bacall, or Baby, as Bogart affectionately called her, stood by him until his death, providing a stark contrast to his earlier chaotic relationships. Drama off-screen, the rumors and scandals. Even as Bogart settled into a relatively stable marriage with Bacall, rumors continued to swirl around him. Known for his quick temper and love of whiskey, Bogart's drinking sometimes led to clashes with co-stars and directors. During the filming of The African Queen with Katharine Hepburn, his penchant for booze reportedly drove Hepburn to pour a glass of water over his head in frustration. This habit not only became a trademark image of him, but also had a profound impact on his personal life and career. Alcohol accompanied Bogart in the early years of his Hollywood career, becoming a companion at parties and even appearing on screen as a familiar prop. His dependence on alcohol sometimes made it difficult for him to control his behavior, leading to unnecessary conflicts with colleagues. Nevertheless, the public still loved him, even considering it a part of the tough guy persona that made him a unique figure on screen. Despite his deteriorating health, especially after being diagnosed with esophageal cancer, Bogart could not give up this habit. Alcohol had become an inseparable part of the legendary movie star's life. His high-profile romances also fueled speculation. Despite his deep love for Bacall, whispers of affairs with other actresses persisted, though most were never confirmed. Bogie's legacy on screen and off. Bogie left behind a great legacy not only on screen but also in his personal life, which was full of complex colors. Throughout his career, he became the model for tough, mysterious, and unbeatable male characters, especially through his roles in noir films such as Casablanca, The Maltese Falcon, and The Big Sleep. Bogart's image was always associated with strong, sometimes cold, yet deeply emotional men. Individuals willing to do anything for justice but still carrying weaknesses and inner conflicts. His performances reshaped the noir genre, helping to transform Hollywood from an era of bright romantic films into a dark world filled with power struggles and dramatic situations. Off-screen, Bogart's personal life was equally fascinating and no less dramatic. He was a complex man with habits that didn't quite fit the mold Hollywood typically favored. One of Bogart's most notable traits, aside from his film career, was his long-term battle with alcohol and his tumultuous marriages. However, these flaws only added to his allure in the eyes of the public, helping to create a myth around him among fans. His career was not without scandal, but those missteps made his image even more authentic and relatable. His relationship with his third wife, Lauren Bacall, was also a beautiful and vibrant love story between two colleagues, enduring many ups and downs in both their personal lives and careers. Bogie was an icon of classic Hollywood, but he also reflected the instability and contradictions within the entertainment industry of that time. Although his personal life was far from quiet, it was precisely these imperfections that made his image legendary. The legacy Humphrey Bogart left behind is not only in his timeless films, but also in lessons of resilience, loyalty, and the ability to face adversity, even if his personal life was often a series of unrelenting battles. Behind-the-scenes life. Humphrey Bogart's behind-the-scenes life reflected a man who was far from perfect, yet full of charm and complexity. In contrast to the image of a cold, resilient man on screen, Bogart's personal life featured relationships that were sometimes difficult and complicated. Despite being known for his tough and blunt personality, he was not always easy to get along with, especially in the early years of his career. His colleagues described him as someone who was not fond of socializing or attending parties. He was rather reserved and rarely expressed his emotions. This could be attributed to his drinking habits and inner struggles. However, those close to Bogart, particularly his third wife, Lauren Bacall, revealed another side of him, one of dedication and love. The relationship between him and Bacall, despite enduring many challenges, was full of understanding and mutual support. Bacall once shared that while Bogart could be difficult to approach with outsiders, he was a very caring and warm person with family and close friends. His sincerity and passion for his work earned him the respect of many colleagues, even though he did not always integrate into social circles. Bogie also had complex relationships in his professional life. He was not shy about expressing his opinions and was always willing to stand up for his personal interests in difficult situations. This sometimes made him seem difficult, but it also helped him maintain respect within the film industry. The backstage of Bogart's life was a multi-dimensional picture, marked by contradictions, determination, and a man who never compromised on who he was or on what he believed to be right. A final curtain call. Humphrey Bogart passed away on January 14, 1957, at the age of 57. A heavy smoker and drinker, he succumbed to esophageal cancer, leaving behind a legacy that continues to captivate audiences. In his final moments, Bogart reportedly told Bacall, "Goodbye, kid. Hurry back." These words encapsulate the wit, charm, and tenderness of a man who, despite his flaws, remains one of Hollywood's most beloved figures.